Greetings and welcome back, everyone, to the third episode in my From Scratch Robocraft series. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be playing around with this bot, the first of the 3 pre-made bots that you will start the game with. But before we do, I'm just going to cover one thing that quite a few people pointed out to me in the comments, and I do apologize for forgetting about this. I just build odd-numbered width bots so often, I almost never remember this, but if you've got your mirror line up, you can use the brackets, the square bracket keys to move it around, and this is how you can make an even shaped bot have a mirror line. So there we are. That will actually save a lot of people a lot of trouble, I'm certain. Thank you very much to everyone who corrected me on that. Now, jumping back, if we can, to the first bot, let's make a few slight adjustments because this, as it stands, is not the best bot to take out. And I mean, no offense, of course, but it isn't. It's just a fact of life. It's just going to have to live with it. Let's build that out a little bit. What we want, the pretty much the main thing you're going to want on any of this, I'm not going to change the wheels. You'll notice that the wheels are, well, I feel they're a little bit too narrow. In fact, I may actually change one of the wheels. I'm just going to preempt an issue that I can see happening. Now, we're going to need another Mark 1 radar. It's only 55 robo points, though, so it's not terribly bad. There we go. And we can either have this built out and then the radar stood up, which honestly I kind of prefer. I like the look of that a little bit more. Then we can shape the back a little bit more. See? Oh, perfect. Though we'll start it pointing that way. Now, the radar doesn't, like, I believe it may actually rotate normally, but when you detect an enemy, the radar will actually turn to point them. It's a small little detail, but it is actually worth noting because it can sometimes help you out if you're not paying the most attention to what's going on. We'll place that back there for the moment because I've turned the mirror line back on. I need it to be back directly in the middle. There we go. Now if I remove it, it'll remove it from the other side as well. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to build these wheels out ever so slightly. Ever so slightly, we're going to bring these wheels out. I'm going to keep the 2 steering wheels at the front since that is the way the bot was designed. And I'm not going to mess with someone else's design too much. I'll mess with it a little bit, I suppose. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. But let's place this back in there correctly. There we go. That's going to make my brain itch so much. Oh well, I'll just have to suffer my brain itching for now. Let's grab these prisms. And then we can make a little stand there and place the wheel there. Now, the reason I've done this is this will help combat the tendency that I suspect this bot will have for tipping over as it takes sharp corners. Now, you can obviously avoid that just by not taking sharp corners, and that would be a sensible thing to do. But in this case, I doubt we're going to have that luxury. So, let's try and just preempt the problem and get that all built out like so. Something like this there. There we are. We can even have it nice and shaped underneath. There we go. I'm trying to more or less keep with the aesthetic of the bot while improving its survivability, or at least its handling a little bit. We can also move these SMGs to the side, which gives us a little bit more of an interesting fire pattern. Now, the only other thing we could do is we could have a gun there. We could increase the amount of guns, but I'm not really certain that that would be the smartest thing. But these ones now being at the side is going to give them significantly better firing options around the bot. In fact, as much as I said I wasn't going to change its design too much. Oh, I lied to you all. I'm so sorry. Please, I hope one day you can learn to forgive me. There we go. We'll have a gun up there. And then we'll send to this. I'm not going to have more guns than we started with. Now, just to get this out of the way, having more than 6 guns does not give you any increased rate of fire. Having less than 6 guns gives you a decreased rate of fire. 6 is the optimal, and that's true of any weapon, though it manifests in different ways. With SMGs, the rate of fire increases up to 6 guns, and beyond that, it's just redundancy. You're just adding the extra guns so that if one gets shot off, your fire rate doesn't decline, but it can cause some certain issues because you can't tell it which guns to use. So if you've got guns pointing in all different directions, then you may actually see a reduction in your fire rate because not all guns are going to be pointing at the enemy at the same time, but you're not going to be able to tell it, well, only shoot the ones that are facing the direction I want to shoot. It'll be shooting at the back guns half the time as well. So there's a bit of design concerns to play in there. With plasmas, I believe 6 is the maximum volley that can fire. Less than 6 plasmas increases its fire rate. So there's a bit of a balance there. With rails, I can't actually remember off the top of my head. I believe that once you've depleted all of your rails, there's a very long reload time and it reloads all of your rail guns. But we'll get to that when we actually see them. And medic guns, again, something we won't see for quite some time. Only 6 of them can fire at any one time. But there we go. I'm very happy with this little bot. It is time for us to take this out into a fight. And we are going to... Now, I haven't played in the team deathmatch games much yet. So let's jump into a team deathmatch. Now, a team deathmatch is very different from the battle arena. It doesn't have the towers. It doesn't have the shields. It has none of those mechanics. It's purely, you kill someone, they're out of the game. And it's the team with the last man standing kind of mindset with that. So if you kill all of the enemy, you win. They don't respawn. There is a base capturing mechanic to add a little bit of time pressure. If, for example, one person can get to the enemy base, they can start capturing that base, and if the timer completes, if they can capture the base completely without being harassed, then they win the game. Even if there's only one person left on that team and the entire enemy team were fine. Now we've got a fairly even mix of plasmas and SMGs. Good luck, have fun all. Always a nice way to welcome everyone. There is no premium bonus in this game. Honestly, if I could divorce the bonus, the RP and, well, actually, it's only the RP bonus now. It used to be tech points, but tech points are no more. If I could divorce the Robo Point bonus for participating in a battle from having premium, I would totally have premium just so I could give everyone an even amount of bonus. The way premium works is that the person who has the premium has 100% bonus to their robo points per battle, but for every person in a battle who has premium time, everyone in that battle will gain a little bit of a bonus. Oh, okay, that is not a good place to go. Let's go around the outside. Let's try and sneak around, go for a flanking maneuver. But as I was saying, for every person in the battle, everyone else will get 5% more RP, both enemies and allies. So it's actually quite a nice little mechanic. You know, you're helping out everyone, not just yourself. Oh, we've lost most of our guns from that first plasma attack. Again, we don't want to take too much damage, but they have been completely declawed. They are now incapable of fighting. I've still got one gun. And, thankfully, 2 steering wheels. This would be awkward if I did not have these. Okay, you need to go. Aim for the guns if you can. Now, my firing rate has gone right down, and unfortunately my gun is not clearing that area, which is unfortunate. Alright, how are we doing? We have lost more people. A lot more people. But one of theirs is pretty badly hurt, and it looks like they're bloodthirsty. They're going for the guns. Sorry, they're going for the weakest person. We can just take out the guns on the remaining enemies, and we will do alright. Right, we've got an enemy trying to capture our base. We need to try and deal with that right now. I'm heading down there myself. Sorry, the typing is a little bit wonky. I can't quite see what I'm writing there. We need to get down there right now. I've got one gun. Now, you can deny them the capture as long as you can do a little bit of damage. Just a tiny little bit. Every time you do damage to someone who's sat on the control point, you will reset their countdown. Now, I cannot deal with them, so the best I can do is just plink them every now and then to deny them capture. They are going to respond to this, though. Yeah, they're already on it. Okay, the best I can do is draw you out. Right, I'm going to lose my gun if I'm not careful. They are probably going to take me down. Hopefully my allies... It bought us enough time for my allies to get here. Now, even though I died... There we are, I'm gone. But, although I died, so I'm not going to get the victory bonus, My score was actually pretty good, though. It was 3rd highest. I got 2 assists, 1 kill, 1 death. Obviously, that's not so great. But you will get something called a hero bonus. Now, a hero bonus comes in saying, well, you died, but your team won. So your contribution may well have been the turning point of that. And in this case, it might actually have been that way. So we got 501 was our robo ranking. We got 1 spot, 3 scouts. I was actually really bad on the spotting in that. 2 assists, 1 kill. We got 6 points in defense. Rather, we did 6 damage in defense. 115 in protection. So I was protecting someone who's being attacked, shooting someone who's shooting my ally, and that's what that means. And I did 6 CPU worth of damage to someone who's trying to capture our base. And in total, I did 266. But we should see a hero bonus. Here we go. Well done, although you died before the end of the recent battle. Your heroic efforts helped your team gain victory. So you gain an extra lump of RP. So this is to not penalize people who sacrifice themselves in a tactically sound way. You know, you play chess. Sometimes, if you sacrifice a really important piece, you give up your queen to ensure a checkmate. Well, that loss of that queen was still a sound decision. And in this way, some people can be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more selfless when it comes to their own survival to ensure their victory without feeling they were penalized. But that is not enough of a fight. Let's jump into a battle arena as well. I may mix it up with Team Deathmatch and Battle Arena. Honestly, from my perspective, I prefer Battle Arena. There's a lot more tactics involved in Battle Arena. But at the same time, it's not to say that there's no tactics in Team Deathmatch. It's actually quite a lot there as well. It's just I prefer this sort of coordinated gameplay that you find in Battle Arena. In Team Deathmatch, it can get a little bit, well, Team Deathmatchy, really. Just everyone charge in, fire guns, hope your armor holds. Which isn't as engaging in some ways. You do occasionally have really interesting plays, but they're not as common. So I'm going to pause the recording here. I will bring you back when we are in a battle. And here we are on another ice map. A different ice map this time, though. There are, I believe, 3 different... Well, actually, no, there might only be 2. No, there are 3 different ice maps. Good luck, have fun. Oh, there we go. This is the original ice map that came with the game. And the one we were just on was the second one added. The third we have not yet seen in my From Scratch series. Now, we're going straight down here first. Just let my allies know where I'm headed. Very slow early on, because we have no overclocking. And overclocking affects all of the functional components of your bot. Almost all of them, at the very least. In some small way. For example, with wheels, it increases their maximum speed. With things like guns, it increases the damage, or the range, or the fire rate, depending on the type of weapon it is. Ooh, we got level 3! Fantastic. With different things, such as shields, it increases how fast they recharge. Overclock levels are incredibly, incredibly valuable. If you can increase yours whilst also denying your enemy theirs, then you will very, very quickly secure victory. There we go, we just need to get the last few crystals. Fantastic. Okay, on the move. Got an enemy right there. Let's get out there and deal with them if we can. Now, with this slight adjustment I made to the wheels, we are going to find that this bot is significantly more stable than usual. Now, it's worth it aiming for the guns. If you're in close with an SMG, just hold down the fire button. Your fire rate is going to be sufficient that they are not easily going to be able to overwhelm it. But if you are at distance, then you want to pulse your fire. An SMG, if you look at the crosshair is fairly stable and tight. If I start firing, it gets increasingly wild. So my shots are going all over the place. When you're in close, it doesn't matter because you're close enough that even a wild shot is still going to hit. But if you're trying to take down an enemy at distance, then you just want to fire occasionally. Just burst fire to keep the accuracy high. It is always worth aiming for the guns. Always, always, always go for the guns first. If they're trying to flee, for example, they're a flyer or something like that, go for the rotor blades perhaps. But generally speaking, the guns are the most dangerous component that they are going to have, and thus the most important for you to take off them. Alright, there's a lot of people here. Lots and lots of people here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Right, I'm on ice, so turning very, very difficult. Especially with my with rear wheel turning, front wheel turning. Alright, let's get back to the base. We'll do a little bit of damage here. There we go. I'm going to get into the shield before I start firing so that they don't have an opportunity to attack me before I'm somewhere where I can start healing. And now it's time to open fire. Just go for the guns if you can. My shield will hopefully keep me going. At the very least, I should distract them a little bit. Let's keep on the move. Don't drift out of the shield. Oh no! Oh no, bad times. Not healing anymore. My plan was scuppered by ice. And unfortunately, I have no turning wheels now. I just need to reverse. And there we go. Come on, guns. Okay, never mind. He's skedaddling. And he's down. He may have just respawned. In fact, it's probably going to be faster if I do that myself. Let's see how that does. 6 seconds. I almost certainly would have taken longer than 6 seconds to rebuild my bot in the shield. So there we go. As I mentioned earlier, you're going to have to make the call occasionally on whether it is... What on earth are you doing? Shooting at our crystal? Seems crazy. But you're going to have to make the call sometimes on whether it is a smarter move to respawn or not. There will be times when it will be. If you're not trying to just make sure that you have the highest score and the lowest deaths and things like that, then definitely consider respawning if the opportunity presents itself. There we go. Let's quickly cut through here. Now, SMGs are fantastic at taking out crystals, as you can see, because once you're close enough, your fire rate really comes into its own. Doesn't matter too much that you're a little bit inaccurate. There we go. Let's take this one out. Don't worry, we've almost got this one. It's fine. There we are. Even if they take that other one, we'll have taken this back. And there we go. Fantastic. Now I'm going to make a move over here. Having the clock cycle booster is going to give us an enormous advantage over time. Ice is so bad for this bot. Having the steering wheels only at the front, really hard. Usually I'll put a pair of steering wheels at the back as well. There's also danger there. We may want to try and deal with that. Got you spotted. Let's get down there and help you. No, no, you're not getting back. Come here, you. That's right. Aim for the guns. Oh, wow, okay. Now, his armor is significantly better than mine. He has got, I believe, tier 1 or tier 2 armor, that would be. I believe it's tier 1 armor. The chassis cubes, the light chassis cubes and heavy chassis cubes that my bot is made of are not actually armor. For all intents and purposes, they're just parts of my hull. Whereas they've actually got armor which will have significantly higher defensive abilities. Now, as soon as I've played this episode through and actually experimented with all three bots almost in their natural state, not quite, of course. Oh wow, you were just there being non-harassed this whole time, weren't you? Okay, let's get in there, give you something else to think about, yes? Like not shooting my tower. Thank you. I would appreciate it if you would stop. Go for the guns. There we are. And they're gone. My bot isn't too bad. They almost took that tower, though. That is not good at all. Now, we've got an opportunity here to just press the advantage and attack this tower if we can. If we can take all three, then the advantage we're going to have is going to be amazing. No thanks. Would rather not surrender when we have half of their plutonium crystal down. Like, someone is not responding to the fact that our ally is attacking their crystal, which is amazing. It looks like perhaps this character there is a plasma and is just slowly wrecking their crystal. We've got some enemies coming down upon us. Now would be a good time to leave, so that they can't attack me and thus stop me from respawning. But I've done a decent chunk of damage to their tower. Now, unfortunately, someone on our team has disconnected, which is a bit of a shame. But we should be okay. Oh, I like what you've done with your bot. I like the color scheme on your bot. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Right. The top fusion tower is this one. So I'm going to head over there and try and deal with that. I'm just alerting everyone to the fact that there's danger. Unfortunate. Now, the thing with the top, middle, and bottom is it's not always obvious which one is the top, which one is the bottom, which one is the middle, so on and so forth. So I always find it helpful to just give a little ping, a little danger ping, just to allow my allies to know there's a problem over here. Now, the enemies currently have 2 towers. We don't want them to keep that. We want to take that off them as soon as we can. There we go. I want to try and strip this down pretty fast. They're going to be at our base in a moment. There they are. If we can take this, though, they will lose their Protonivity Escalator, which is basically a modifier to how much damage they do to crystals, and would greatly enhance our damage to their crystal. Ah, 1 cube. That is so unfortunate. One crystal remained. Very unfortunate. Very nice little bot there. He's got some very low rank shields. That will be very helpful to them, I'm sure. Right. There are currently enemies attacking or nearby our crystal. And that is why we spawned outside of it. Yes, there's an enemy just there that we need to deal with if we can. No, he's gone. Very well. On the move. Now, there's only 1 crystal we need to take away from that tower to gain it. And we may actually be... Ooh, there you are. You with your shields. I'm going to wait for you to drift over here. Because it's going to be hard for you to steer on ice. Not as hard for me to dodge your plasma blasts. Oh, it will be now. I've strayed a little bit too close to the ice, it seems. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Really bad. I am presenting my bum to you. Please don't. I would like to live. I will try and take off as many of your plasmas as I can. I have lost way too many now. I'm not going to be able to do enough damage there. Maybe if I can get in here and survive. No. He had my number. Oh well. Slowed him down. He only has 2 plasmas left on his vehicle now. And he's very far away from being able to repair that. And I was close enough to respawn straight away. So I'll just finish the job that I started. There we go. And there we are. Okay, on the move. We now control all 3 towers. We have this game at this point. We would have to have a very, very unfortunate loss in the base. Like, if most of our team went down whilst pushing on the base, then that would give the enemy team a good chance to regroup and counter-push. Also, having a slightly wider bot helps when you're jumping off cliffs recklessly. There we go. Ooh, there's an enemy. SMG don't really care, though. I want to go and smash your crystal. You can do what you want. It would be wise if you tried to stop me doing that, though. Which you are. Well done. But I may be a little bit too fast for you. Try and use the cliffs as my cover. Just duck and weave where possible to deny them the ability to actually hit me. There we go. Let's get involved in this. Go for the crystal connections where possible. There we are. Strip those ones off. That's gone. Take you out as well. And this may be the end. Oh no, there's still one. There we are. Fantastic. Good game. W do you to waypoint. I have no idea what you were trying to say there. How do you to waypoints, perhaps? Not sure. Good game, well played though. I got 1 kill, had 5 deaths because I was so respawn happy. 3 assists. But, I mean, my score was pretty rubbish because of it, but we did win all the same. Pretty bad on kills. Not too bad on assists, though. The enemy team did really well for kills and assists versus deaths. Had much more score, but on the whole, I would say that our team was a little bit more active as the whole team. Our team as a whole was a little bit more coordinated, and that won us the game. Okay, let's see what we earn from that victory. 844 CPU destroyed. We did 244 in protection of an ally, 307 in defense of our reactor. That's pretty good. We spotted 5 times, scouted 3 with our radar. We did 299 protonium damage, so 299 crystals destroyed, I believe that means. And on the whole, got 1,086. And the following additional premium users gave you 5% extra RP each. There were no premium users in the last battle. So unfortunately, we got none. But not too bad on the whole. First victory of the day, 2,173. All things told, pretty nice. And there we go. There we are, the Armored Tetra, Armored Prism, Armored Inner, Armored Cube. So we can now start to put armor onto our bot. Let's go and check out the tech tree. In the next level, we are going to unlock all of the curved cubes. Now, I'll be honest with you, it's unlikely I'm going to use those too much. In the next level beyond that, we will unlock the Tier 2 plasmas and also the Tier 2 SMGs, which will be very nice. So level 5, we'll be able to upgrade our weapons. Level 6, we'll be able to upgrade our modes of transport. So we'll have thrusters, hover blades, which effectively allow you to make like hovercraft style robots. They can't really fly, but they can hover above the ground. And we'll have some better wheels, so quite a lot to go in the next couple of levels. And we're almost all of the way through level 3 as well with those 2 battles, which is actually a very, very nice place to be. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and are looking forward to the next, where we will properly start to build a bot. We will probably be adjusting one of these, taking its general style and then just enhancing it over time, kind of what I did with this bot in this episode. In fact, I'll probably settle on this one for now and just continue to evolve this design over time, but hopefully we'll end up with something that is distinctly our own at the end of it. But that is it from me. Once again, I hope you've enjoyed the episode and will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care.